Hey everyone, back from the Pro Tour. Maybe some of you caught the vlog, and I'm going to be trying out Eli Kassis Jeskai Control list from the PT. Best finishing control list, 8 and 2 in Modern. Unfortunately for him, he had a tough time in draft. I think he went 1 and 5. So, despite a strong showing in constructed, not the greatest finish for him. But this list is cool. I've already played a league with it. I went 3 and 2. I think the losses were kind of on me. I was streaming, maybe not the most focused. And I also made a few changes that I like, but I'm not sure they're good. So I'll go through the list, tell you what I changed, and then we can get in some games. So yeah, Jeskai Control. Eli's trying to abuse two of the best cards in Modern, Flage in combination with Arena of Glory. Arguably the best thing you can do in Modern. Um, so that's a big appeal to the deck. And Quantum Riddler was Ephemerate. Quantum Riddler on its own, just really powerful card. And if you can cheat it, it's even better. But we see he's not going the full scam mode. I guess only two Ephemerates, and I guess he's just content to play Riddler as a cantrip or just keep it as his last card in hand. And then a lot of the cards you'd expect out of Jeskai Control, Discharge and Ending, the best cheap removal, couple Verdicts, and Rav Disguise for sweepers. You got Solitude, Subtlety, Force of Negation, Spell Snare, and Consign, which is becoming a sometimes an even main deck staple. It's definitely a sideboard staple, and played it in a main deck here. You can use it on some of your stuff. You can consign the Warp Trigger. It's not the most exciting play, but can come in handy. You can consign the Flage Escape Trigger and keep your Flage in play, and then it just lines up well against a lot of decks in the format. Note, no actual counterspell, no 2-mana counterspell. It's either Force of Negation, Subtlety, kind of free counterspells, or Spell Snare and Consign. So, you can see kind of the speed on of Modern and the clunkiness of even just counterspell. The changes I made were the following. I cut it to Fairy for Fable. I really like Fable with Flage. I'm gonna try it. The big downside is that Fable is neither blue or white. Honestly, I think Teferi is like not that exciting of a card, but it's versatile and it pitches to both Solitude, Force, and Subtlety, which is honestly its big appeal. Verdict, I think, is just a good card in Modern, and it has the benefit of being both these colors. Other change I made is I cut a Jace, the Mind Sculpture, and I cut the Force Consign from the main, and I added a Dresdown and a Hallowed Moonlight. Kind of pet cards of mine. I think Dresdown's really solid in Modern. It combos with your Flage too. And then Hallowed Moonlight is an attempt to see if that card's good enough in the meta. Ton of Blink Stack, Gorios. Really strong in a lot of matchups, good against Neoform too, but that one is maybe a little sketchier. So we'll see. And then the mana base is what you would expect. Two arenas, one of each Surveil, one of each Shock, four basics, and then an extra Mystigate, and then the 12 fetch lands, 24 land. I think that's pretty good. Usually in Control you want maybe 25, 26, but with the four Riddlers, the Tefts, the Fable, I think you can get away with 24 lands. That felt pretty good in the league I played in. And the sideboard, the biggest cut I made was the two Ragavans, which they're supposed to come in matchups like Titan, Tron, Belcher, kind of the matchups that don't have a ton of removal, but even these decks kind of have ways to block it. Belcher has Phalagian Trainer, Titan has Grazer, even though I'm not sure they usually want to keep the Grazers against control. And then Etron has Flesh Raker, sometimes Dismember Warping Whale, so decided to cut those and cut a surgical, had to make room for Force Consign. I have an extra Dresden and an extra Hallowed Moonlight, an extra Rav Disguise, and then two Stony Salons that Eli didn't have, but I think that card's just really strong in the format, and Belcher is probably like not the easiest matchup. Affinity's never easy either, so I think you could use the help there. So this is my take. I'll link Eli's list in the description. Of course, I'll have a link for this list, and let's get into some games. All right, not the most exciting hand, but I'll keep. There's always the hope with the Surveillance. I have Dress Down into Flage, which could be good. I have Verdict. Definitely not what I wanted to see was that hand. This is probably going to be a rough game one, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and lead with Fetch Land and fetch a blue Surveillance. Okay. Definitely do not need another land. I'm going to play Mesa, gives myself the option to dress down if they have Temple into Thought-Knot Seer. Womp womp. Karn. A relic. Probably getting the 2-mana artifact, which is going to stop me from flaging. Meaning I need to find a discharge. Yeah, there's the coding. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to archive. Maybe I should just cycle dress down. It's kind of a close spot. Riddler, Riddler, Riddler. Riddler is not going to save me at this point. Guess I should dress down now. It gives me the best out of finding a discharge. I guess I can't cast ending anymore. But I get 2 looks at a discharge. I like that I've drawn all lands. Yeah, well, that's not gonna save me. You know what? I'll play one more turn. Fairly unlikely to win at this point, but it's fine. This is another matchup where Stoney kind of shines. It's been good for me out of the blue-white bling deck. I have a guide for the, let's see, Ephemerate Flagell. I have a guide for the blue-white bling deck, but it's access in my Discord, and you have to be a sub on Twitch. But if that's something you're really looking for, it is available for a modest, $5 or Twitch Prime sub. Most of my content is free, but once in a while, I use the good old paywall. Eldrazi, Sire, okay. The scariest threats. Right, as if I exile it, they can get it with Karn again. Let's force them to minus. So there's that, I guess. Means they're not blowing up a land right away. This is really... It's like semi-garbage time. Tron can flood sometimes, but it's pretty rare. They won't have that many lands in their deck. Looks like they're not even sacking Relic, which is not a good sign. It's kind of cool interaction with Karn. All depends for who, but in that case. Oh, they just got Titan? Alright, you got me. You got me. You got me. Alright, let's do Stony. Let's do the Charma. Let's do Consign. Forgot I had these Charmos. Let's do Philia. No, girl. So it actually works against Kozilek's command. So it might not be the worst thing ever. Same for Dress Down. I would have mind Charma number 4. I think the matchup's probably fine without them, but kind of this idea of having like 10 out of 10s, and I feel like Charma is one. The verdicts can go, ref can go. Eli actually was kind enough. He posted a sideboard guide uh, somewhere on Twitter. Spell Snare is a little narrow. Some discharge for Karn can be nice. Let's see. Ephemerate, Consign, Discharge. Dove's Dress Down, Dove's Moonlight, why not? The cantrips, the Force Subtlety, Solitude. I think this looks pretty solid. I'm guessing you're supposed to keep some endings too. I'll trim a Flage. I'll trim a... I'm not gonna trim a Tef because I am bringing Philia, so I want some stuff to blink. And I don't need 2 Solitudes. Let's do 2 endings. Endings and Stony kind of overlap a bit. Stony usually stops what you're trying to end. Alright, this hand's all better. Don't have the nuts yet, but we have like 5 looks at a Charmo. Something like that. Just notice my opponent's name. French. It's not like a low vulgar, not super vulgar, but vexing bubble. Okay. Don't need a land. I'm just gonna use my cards. Just gonna use the ending here. It does stop force too, which could come up. Which I might just force. Can I get down to... No, can't get out to 1 card. Down to 1 card. Mind Stone. Let's see what we have on top first. I do want reds, and I kind of want double blue. Subtlety. I think subtlety is doing a ton for me. I think forcing the Mind Stone is a little too aggro. The good news is, that's a tough one. That is a tough spot. Thing is, if I force that and they just have Tron Ugin, I lose, but they're extremely unlikely to have Tron. Did they have... Was it double Devour again? So we know 2 of their cards are Devours. So do we need to have exactly Tron and a Force? I don't mind drawing a relevant card at any point in the match. You know, Ephemerate, Charmal, last game, Consign, or Discharge. Just something. I have been surveilling every turn of the game. Depending on what I draw, I might just warp the Riddler here. Okay. Don't do it, opponent. Don't just have it all 2 games in a row. It's always the fear when you're playing against Tron. Just... I actually have the tools to beat their nut draws. Jeez. Hopefully it's not Ugin. Okay. I can live with that. Alright, hopefully we draw a white card. Or a land. White card. Losing my Stony, which is kind of a big deal. And we know they have another one, but I think it's worth it. That's just a lot of cards I'm going to see. Do I need Ephemerate? I might save in response to Devour trigger. Draw 2, draw a land. Backup Philia could come up, even though they're probably just going to get rid of the Riddler. Alright, let's see if I can really get lucky here. Consign. 2 lands. Yikes. 2 lands and a potentially useless backup Philia. Don't love my chances. Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, they did not go for the Philia. Makes total sense. Okay. Do I want to surveil first? I think I do. Do you have a surveil left? Surveil land left. Press down. Nope. Let's keep double red mana up. Ooh. Kind of want to save my Ephemerate, I think. I think I'm just going to chump attack the Philia. Okay. So I can do, like, if they go Devour again, I can Ephemerate Riddler, and then I can, with Rebound on the stack, I can cast Solitude, and then get rid of both Devours. Chalice for 1? Okay, we know for a fact they have another one, right? That's unfortunate. I guess I have Philia for Chalice for 1. But I'm gonna lose my Riddler. Or maybe they don't have the mana to Devour. They probably do, though. Karn. Okay. What are you getting this time? I'm gonna need a Consign or a Charm on next turn, basically. I guess I put an upkeep stop. I might just go Philia, upkeep. Let's see, coding. Okay. Play the attack here. Trying to think if I just want to Solitude Devour. Solitude Devour. Since I feel like I can attack can get rid of Chalice. Unlock Ephemerate. Which might be nice. Because I'm kind of dying. Tricky. Get to get rid of Karn. Get to have Fury and play get rid of Chalice. I think my board presence is going to be strong enough that I should be able to fight through some of their stuff at least. Let's see. Riddler at Karn, Philia at Dem, playing the Chalice. Oh yeah, right. I don't even have to ephemerate right away. Duh. Nothing's dying. Chalice comes back on 0. I have ephemerate for whatever the target was the second Devour. And a big old Cossacks command. Ulamog. Well, that's unfortunate. Easy game. Little upgrade on Devour. Alright, let's see. Actually, that's not too bad. I think they should have targeted Riddler and Solitude. Because now I get to save my Riddler, draw 2 cards, and then rebound, get the Solitude. So I think that was all misstep by them. They are going to be at 38, but hopefully I draw 1 Charmal, and I think 1 Charmal, 1 Consign feels like I'm in a great spot. There's the Charmal. Let's fetch, I guess, just to fin the deck. Attack. Pretty huge deal that I drew a spell next turn, so I can empty my hand to start drawing to his Riddler. And I obviously need to hope they don't draw too many high impact stuff. It's almost at the point where I almost don't want to counter a Devour, but I'm at 8. I kind of have to. Threat of a Nugan is scary, but it's just the risk I'm going to have to take. Okay, one of their draw step was a land. That's good news. Looks like they have option, which is unfortunate for me. Cossacks command first. Definitely got to counter that. Oh, I'm just clueless. Their last card. Why did I think that? Was it the last game that two Devour and this game they only had 1? Well, good deal. Great news. Come on, not lands. Such a disaster to draw land here. Just hurts me so much. A, I don't draw a spell. B, I don't get to draw 2 as Riddler. It's a fine line. You don't want to play. Oh no. Oh no. What did you draw, sire? Sire's rough. I have like almost no outs to Sire. That was like almost worse than Devour for me. Oh, I guess that's another thing about Moonlights. Nice was Riddler. Oh, okay. Let's go. Come on, deck. Consign. Ward 7. First strike. I mean, it just trumps Wage 2, right? First strike, Vigilance, Menace. So silly. So silly. Alright. Let's pad our life total a bit. I'm gonna buy me a tiny bit of time. Can I triple block it and kill it? First strike. Mind Stone. I'm just gonna counter it because that makes sense. It's a Riddler, yeah. So let's see. You first strike the Flage, and then I can actually just triple block it, right? Maybe I messed up last turn. Yeah, it's supposed to bring back Flage right away. This is not bad. I get to draw 2. I have a feeling it's too good to be true. First strike, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Lifelink. Oh yeah, no, it first strikes Wage. And then I have 7. Yeah. No, that seems to work. Alright, and we drew Moonlight again. Might as well. Man. Cantrips was Riddler. Broken. Okay. I guess just save the ending. They're probably gonna kill the Riddler, right? When I triple block. I guess they might just not attack. I wonder why they're saving the map. Don't you want to thin your deck? I guess they're waiting to see if I Charmo one of their Tron lands, they can search for the other ones. It's actually kind of smart. Let's see if I get punished for using Consign last turn. I think I had to, for what it's worth. Even if they have it this turn, I think it was like the right play. Another Flage. Alright, let's play Fetch. Let's end the... Let's send the coding, I guess. I guess if they draw a card, I have bigger things to worry about. Getting rid of the map's a little too silly, I think. Alright, the issue is that they're probably just gonna attack now, because I'm assuming they're not gonna want me drawing 2 cards a turn, and I'm gonna lose my Riddler, but then I get to start attacking. No. I think that's a small mistake by them. I don't think you want to let me start drawing 2 cards a turn with Riddler. Stony, why not? Let's empty my hand. I'm still like 1 draw step away from losing the game on the spot, probably. They also have like medium draws like Flesh Raker, TKS. I almost don't want to block, actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. I really don't want to lose my Riddler. I have Island left, right? Alright, very few lands left. Drawing to a turn. Discharge Consign. Okay. They could have Dismember. Counter the spell and the trigger. So I see I do have to block. Do have to hope they don't have Dismember. I think it's the first time I like see like a sire potentially die in combat. It's not an easy feat. I'd add Dismember. Womp womp. At least my read was good last turn and almost saved myself. Wait, what? Wait, they should have like dismembered the Riddler, right? And they would have killed a Riddler plus Flage. I guess maybe they did want to kill Flage. Well, either way, you should dismember the Riddler. I think. But it didn't kill the Riddler? It killed my Flage? Wait, what? That is... Oh, that's Trample. Am I just dead? No. Okay. I don't mind it. Now what? Now we just rebuild, right? Little Charmal. Try and get rid of Tron. Little Flage from the yards. Are they gonna deck me? I think I have enough in my deck. I don't know, actually. How do I get rid of the Sire? They might just deck me. Wow. Let's see. Trying to figure out if I should play the Flage now or not. Think I will. This way I can afford to just take the hit. Yeah, I mean this is no, I mean if they attack I have to try and kill it in combat. Okay. Did I board out all my Tefs? Please say it didn't. So okay, I have my 2 Tefs left, right? They can just cast it again. I need Tef. I can pay 7. Dress down. Ooh, well, dress down. There we go. Hmm. I found the line. Did I find the line? Yeah, I found the line. Could have ephemerate my Riddler. Or I just want to ephemerate Charmal. Yeah. Take 6. What an epic game. Discharge it. Use 1 energy. Death. Bounce my own Dresden, maybe? Did I draw 2? No, 1. Force is nice. Then in their upkeep. Oh no, the Dresden is gone. I don't have to do it in the upkeep. I guess so. Let's just do that. That was a pretty cool game. They eventually started breaking a tiny bit, which was nice. Still have to kill them, but I think I think that should not be a problem. I think I have consigns left too. Fable. What do I have, a 2-turn clock? Oh. Eight cards left in my deck. Alright, hopefully they don't have that good of a draw in the last game. Oh yeah, that's a cool combo with Riddler too, right? That works. You discard 2 and you draw 3. Fancy. Look at that. Flexing. Playing them all my sideboard cards like a noob. Free info. Alright, that's all scary. Alright, on the draw, I think I should have all the endings. And then I will say that Solitude came in handy. Subtlety is not the best because of the cast trigger. It's mostly for Karn. And I think my deck's already pretty good against Karn, so I'm going to cut it. I'm not going to do Verdict. Or Rav the Skies. We didn't see TKS. I'm gonna cut a dress down. Don't Spellflare for Mindstone. Mindstone Chalice for 1. How weak am I to Karn? I don't think I'm that weak to Karn. Alright, let's do this. I think I have to keep. I have Ending, I have a Charmal, I have a Riddler, I have Ephemerate. They're keeping 7. Interesting. That I'd read a red mana. Kind of want to be able to surveil. It is tempting to get their bubble. It's one less card for them. It also means maybe they have Chalice for 1. Is it that big of a deal? Thing is, I kind of want to get blue-white. Do need double reds. The one weakness of Charma is they can't assemble Tron before I even do anything, before Charma gets cast. I think that between the fact that Bubble is somewhat weak against me and that this line lets me get Surveillance. I should probably get blue-whites. Maybe I get blue-red first, and then I can draw into the white on turn 3. I'm not gonna get blue-whites. And I'm gonna keep the lands. Alright, a bit of a scary spot. My hand is a tiny bit clunky. But Charmo should be good enough still against non-Tron draw. It's like 5, maybe 6 mana. They kept on top, it's getting all scary. No second Tron land, no temple, that's good news. Map is fine. Also the fact that they tap Ugin's Lab is kind of nice. Means they don't get to save their sire. That was maybe a little messed up by them. Trying to think. I want the white, red, blue, reds. Double white, double blue. Worse? When they have bubble in play? No good. Ooh, that was a big draw. Alright, let's... Charmo. I have Ephemerate for it. Vexing Bubble counters the rebound, but... I think this Charmo is probably just game winning. I don't think I'm gonna mess around. I think I'm just gonna Ephemerate now. Let's see what they get. No, I'm gonna let them have it. They could have Dismember though. Well, I guess they had the spawn, right? I'm just not gonna Ephemerate at all. Not right away. Just gonna cast another Charmo. Ten out of 10. What a card. What a card in the matchup. You could play white Orchid Phantom, but that card's a little rough on the mana. And it's just worse than Charmo in that matchup. Especially when you have 4 consigns. Even if you have Tron into something good, in theory, you can have, you know, turn 2 consign, turn 3 Charmo. Now I have a 2-turn clock, they're stuck on lands. Still have Ephemerate if I really need to. Still haven't sacked neither Bubble nor Relic. It's kind of a bold move. Alright, let's see. How do we lose? Tron into Ulamog. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fetch like white red. I'm gonna play Tef. This way they can't dismember my Charmo in response to Ephemerate. And I guarantee get their Urza's Mine. I might even just bounce the spawn, honestly. Just to really limit the mana they have. Either way. Kha'Zix for 1 again. Okay. So now even if I kill a land at 5 mana, that's a lot. 6 was Temple. That's still not enough for Devour. I really don't think they can have much for... How much did we say? 5 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could I have another Kha'Zix command for 4? That's still not enough. Does feel unnecessary greedy to bounce to not bounce a sign. Yeah, I don't have a good reason for getting them from 6 to 5 mana, but plus they kind of want to sack Bubble and Relic anyways. Very, very sketch. Also not very relevant. No Tron for you. Sag the Bubble, I get potentially Ephemerate. I have 8 in the air, I have a Tef. Not sure how to get out of this mess. There's just no outs at this point. Dismember cost them 4 life. So that's not buying them a turn. Tough one. Round 2, fight. Oof. Let's mulligan that one. Ugly. Yeesh. Alright. In Surveil we trust. At least we have a fairly straightforward scry to the bottom. We have early interaction. People still play Boros Energy. Let's get what? They play Blood Moon sometimes, main, still. Could get blue-red and then fetch basic planes, but I kind of want to double Surveil, so I want to get... Let's get, you know what, let's get... White-red makes sense? I think white-red kind of makes sense. Do not need another land. I think Eli beat Energy twice at the PT, if I remember properly. I'll also link, if I remember, I'll link the tweets where Eli shares the sideboard guide. Alright, let's still get rid of a little Ragavan, even though I do have Flage. Yes, that is a Ragavan. Zidane Tribal. It's so funny, Zidane, that's Final Fantasy character, because Zinedine Zidane is one of the most famous French soccer players of all time. Sorry, football players of all time. Way too American. Wait, this is a little, yeah, if I just Surveil, I have Flage next turn, and they just Mail Charm. Don't need to archive. I think I'm just gonna get basic planes here. On the off chance. Yeah, Blood Moon, at least I'll have white mana. It's pretty ideal. Giving them a taste of their own medicine here. They need another charm. What else could be good for them? Not much, honestly. Oh, they do have the Blood Moon. Oh, that's good. I couldn't really get Island with Flage. I could have gotten 2 planes, I guess. But then I wouldn't have had blue mana. White, red. Yeah, good beats. Bombardment too? Dash Ragavan, even worse. Prismatic Ending. Not the best draw anyways. Not really doing much for me. Okay, let's get rid of voice at least. But yeah, this is rough. I need Island or How do I get rid of Blood Moon? Damn. That's the only card they could have had, right? Literally only good play. Maybe I should have just gotten 2 planes ASAP, just even the surveil, or was that the one lander? No, that was not the one lander. I already had the fetches. Yeah, could be me being inexperienced in the matchup. It did feel like I should be okay, but I guess one basic. The hit verdict, kind of good for me, I guess. Come on, miracle basic planes, 1 outer. Nope. I like that it's teasing me. Yeah, I guess if I no, I was gonna say if I had blue man, I could consign the Flayed trigger, but it's just not true. Since Flayed is in my yards. Blood Moon, what a card. One of my least favorite modern cards of all time. It does feel kind of necessary sometimes. Riddler, thank you very much. Oh, I can cast a Riddler. And have 1 card in hand. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Pretty cool. Get freaking got. Jeez. Also, it's miserable. You have to like keep playing to your 1 outer. It's like, but you can't scoop. Maybe I should have done one more draw step. Whatever. All right, that was incredibly lame. Consign. Not the best. Spelsnare is fine. I'm gonna keep in the forces. Gonna keep everything that deals with Blood Moon. Gonna bring in Moonlight and Dresdown. They cantrip and kind of do stuff. Charma for Arena the late game. No. His plan was to bring in. He actually had Eli had 2 surgical and he was bringing in both in that matchup. That's one thing I remember. So Hallowed Moonlight works against Pride tokens, against the Johnny token. Dresdown's pretty solid. The Fairy's fine. I don't think Feel is gonna be great. I think they're just gonna have Discharge. Maybe I don't need 2 verdicts and 2 rev this size and all the removal. Or maybe I should just not be a coward and not do both forces. I'm just not gonna do both forces. I'm just gonna do one. Alright, there we go again. Let's see. I might just play Steam Vent Stab turn 1. Blood Moon is so sick. Like, the threat of the Blood Moon is almost stronger than the Blood Moon itself sometimes. Just makes people search for basics, and then they miss out on Surveil, they miss out on maybe casting a spell when they need to. Zidane Tribal indeed. Basic Mountain. Wrong basic. Wrong basic. Will point out, I literally drew the worst card I can draw in my entire deck, I think, Basic Mountain. I guess it was a tie, it was second Arena of Glory, right? Literal 2 worst cards in my deck, I think. So that's a little unfortunate. Discharge for one's really nice though here. Means my Rab the Sky is just gonna be pretty easy to cast. Johnny, speaking of. I think I might just kill the Ajani for now. Also, no point in... I kind of want to draw planes, so I don't want to fetch for planes now. They can tell. They can probably tell. I'm like... Do I need to kill him now? I can just discharge the Ajani itself and then Rab disguise the board. Does that make sense? What if I let them attack me and then they cast bombardment and I have to let them have it and then they make a token, deal some damage? It's close. Not discharging might make them make kind of a bad play, or I might get even more value as Rab Disguise. But not killing it might cost me a lot of damage. And my hand's just not doing much right now. Stuff. So underwhelming to discharge now. Incredibly, incredibly underwhelming. Alright, let's just say go. Could be a really good spot for them to board out Blood Moon on the draw. It's less... I think it's less effective on the draw. Also, I just lost to it, so I'm going to be, like, super cautious about it. Because the only way I have, like, awful cards, I'm like, Discharge is solid. This Raven Charm is good too. All their creatures. Probably have Showdown of the Skulls they want to bring in. Yeah, they're just casting a Plage. Face. I keep another Discharge. Not the best draw in the world, especially when they have Plage. Maybe that's a bad play. Maybe I should just be digging to my own. Yeah, they're just not gonna play into a sweeper is the issue here. Almost feels like I have to Rab this guys now. So I can cast it for 1 and then I bank 1 energy. Either way, my discards won't kill a Flage is the problem. Maybe I just need to wait 1 more turn. But then why fetch? Yeah, no, they got me like... They got me in a crappy spot, honestly. I'm also just not drawing that well. It's so interesting that the number of games you just lose because of the way you fetch lands because of Blood Moon. And I'm just gonna put Flage into play. I'm gonna be like out of cards. Yeah. I pretty much need my own Flage, or like an ending or something, I guess. Ending would be solid. Riddler would be okay. basic planes needed that. Needed that a little while ago. This is such a disaster. I did get like extremely unlucky. I think both these games. For what it's worth, I mean, you can see the way I'm drawing. I'm drawing like worst possible cards all the time. I mean, I literally drew like basic mountain, like unironically drew worst possible at least once this game, and then just more lands. I did keep second discharge. I think Meta is a little too cautious. Probably gonna draw like, well, not even. I was gonna say Moonlight or Dress Down, but not even that. I mean, I think this control deck is good, but sometimes you still get the reminder that you're playing, 24 lands. Fair-ish deck. Riddler's pretty broken. Flate's pretty broken. I think Eli's build like really solid. You have the free surveillance, the 12 fetch lands. But yeah, sometimes. I mean, it's not over. I mean, one Flage here and kind of back in business. Honestly. One Flage. Ooh, one Flage or two Flage? So I can Flage Johnny, and then I can attack Flage Johnny. It's probably my best bet, right? So probably just keep it. And yeah, I think I want to do what I just said. And I guess kill the cat, maybe? Does that make sense? This flips was... Oh. Well, I guess I killed a Johnny. I guess that's fine, right? That makes sense. I was trying to see, like, can you really not see the backside of a Johnny on, like, right-clicking or something? I don't think my graveyard matters, right? Been clicking, like... Ah, yes, my favorite mini Magic Online game. Let's just kill the... Right, I get free Flage triggers. Haven't played a ton of Flage Arena. I've played some, but let's just get rid of the biggest creature. I like that I like reverse jinx myself there, calling the deck fair and just having a little Flage action. Alright, I guess they could have Arena of Glory themselves. They have at least Flage if they want to. Probably just gonna draw a Riddler Ephemerate now. After all the whining. I wasn't even really whining, I was just... Call it whatever you want to call it. Okay, so how does it work when we both have Flage here? Probably supposed to attack and kill the token, right? Go they're attacking 10. I go to 13. They have 9 damage if they want to. Ooh. Well, hello. Which charge? And then don't want to play my lands. I have Riddler, but I can just play my land before playing the Riddler. I have Fable in my deck, only one, but I want to save it just in case. Energy did quite poorly at the Pro Tour. People were gunning for it. And it's not like the greatest modern deck. Yeah, they're just throwing bodies at Flage at this point, I guess. Barma would still be like somewhat annoying. So. Alright, let's see. Kind of tempting to just hardcast it. It's almost always correct to warp it though. I'm just gonna warp it. I'd rather draw all the cards than win the game. Let's be real. Alright, voice is free damage. It's also a little scary. But I think I have too many good hits of Ragavan. Like, the fact that I have Prismatic Ending in my deck makes it a little scary. Alright, 2 lands. That's not good. Alright, see if I now have all lands on top. I'm probably hard casting the Riddler here. Can't even give it haste with Reno. But I feel like it's almost never correct to no warp it. Like if I draw pretty much any spell in my deck, I'm pretty happy. And if I don't, it means I'm not drawing an extra card next draw step. Also, they have a lot of cards in hand. So the game might go on for a bit and I might need the extra value. One moon. You know what I did? I played Plains before casting a Riddler, and now I can't fetch Fire Island. Could have like have Scalding Tarn in play. I guess it's a bit of a desperation Blood Moon. Oh, they're just dead. Well, that's nice. Don't have to sweat it this time. Alright, they did keep in the Blood Moon. On the draw. Saw Seasoned Pyro and not Fable, which makes me want Force a bit less, but Bombardment's also one of their best cards. Yeah, that's nice against the tokens. I doubt they cut. I doubt they cut the discharge though. Maybe Tef can go. It's nice against the tokens. Force is also really heinous against Voice of Victory. What's from a Tef? Alright, nice. Good hand on the draw. Well, that has that pretty solid hand, so I think they kept 7 every time and had turn 1 Ragavan every time. Just kind of obnoxious here, because it means I have to not keep Spell Snare mana, probably. I mean, literally one hit, they can just cast Blood Moon here, so... Just gonna get... Probably blue-reds. One of my least favorite cards in Modern that people play, Spell Snare. That card is always so awkward for me. Sounds good in theory. And they usually do end up doing something. Ugh, really? Triple one drop. As good as ever. Close one. Seems like I should keep. In today's episode of Is Spell Snare Ever Gonna Do Anything For Me? One time Spell Snare. One freaking time. You can do it. You can counter a spell and not be an absolute brick. Alright, the good news is they don't have the city's blessing yet. The bad news is probably not gonna matter. I guess I should just get basic planes, right? They could still have Blood Moon the way the game played out. Alright, well, can't kill the pride, so just gonna kill one of the... Can't kill the guide, gonna kill one of the prides. Think we got guts, yeah. 2, 5, 6, 9, 11. I mean, this is really bad for me. I need them to have nothing, and I need to draw a verdict. Not sure Rav the Sky saves me if they put the counters on Season Pyro, which they should. Oh no, that's not true. I have 2 energy. And at least their last card in hand was a land, I guess. Not sure that matters that much at this point. Yeah, I don't think Flage is saving me. A 1-mana removal spell plus play? No, it's Verdict or Wrath. Or Busto. Let's see. I'm at 3. I'm at 3. Kill that. Go up to 6. Take a trillion. Subtlety spells. Alright, so my out is a Riddler into Rab the Skies. Go down to 1. Nope. Alright, good beats. Energy's never a free matchup. Even though I didn't run the greatest. Alright. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's keep. Maybe I'm not mulliganing aggressively enough. I mulligan a lot with the blue-white bling deck with 4 Riddlers in it, and maybe I should be doing a bit more of the same in this deck. Even though the Jeskai deck can't blink Riddler as much, so maybe it's all trickier. E-Tron again. E-Tron, Boros Energy, E-Tron. Maybe I do put a little too much stock in it's good with force, kind of. I think I'm just looking for consigns, maybe. Something a little better. Get a Flage in the yard too would be nice. Flage Arena of Glory. Glitch would be really nice now. There we go. Just asked nicely. I guess I'm not gonna be silly, just gonna get a dual land, get rid of Flesh Raker. A little something. All the digging paid off. How much do I care about a Karn with Flage in the yard? I'd assume not much. They don't have the best land draw, which is always nice. Swamp. They usually play Swamp in ways. Some ways only play ways. Ooh. No, 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 no. Sorry, Riddler. You gotta go. I'm gonna draw another one anyways. We're good. Arena. Charge. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I think might as well fetch and fin the deck, right? I'm out of surveil lands. I have the last one in hand. Probably afford to just get basic planes. That was a nice little showing for Force of Negation. Not the biggest fan of that card, but sometimes bails you out. Makes sense with 4 Riddlers, so have the free spells. What do I have on top? Well, not mountain anymore. 2-turn clock. Thought Not Seer is like kind of embarrassing in a lot of matchups. I know that when I play the blue-white bling deck, Thought Not Seer is almost a liability in some ways when you have Solitude and I don't know. Sometimes you have Riddler in play, you kill a Thought Not Seer, you can copy it to his Mockingbird and get their Ugin. Alright. Still a little short from all the cast triggers. Hopefully they don't have another call against command or another Kozilek's command. That'd probably be game over. Sire. They're attacking. That's not a good sign. Maybe they're playing it safe. Alright, I only have 3 cards in the yards. Can double block. Let's see. So what I can do is I can Flager Thought Not Seer. This way they can't double block. But then they don't even have to jump necessarily. They probably don't want to go down to 3. I'm gonna, let's see, 5. I'm gonna bolt one of the Thought Not Seer. I think it's a better line. Maybe I'm being too cautious because if they double block, I get to draw cards. I have a land, so a lot of spells are gonna be good for me. I have Dismember anyways. So now I cost myself real life. Oof. Damn that swamp. Saving them a couple life totals. Okay. I should have thought about Dismember. I thought about it, and for some reason, I didn't think it would make that big of a difference. Was what they had. Maybe I should have gotten Basic Island. This way, all my fetches still fetch something. Well, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Yeah, I should have just gone face last turn. I was being probably too cautious and probably worse against Dismember. What a card, Flage. What a card. Let's see, what did we do last time? Minus all the sweepers, minus some discharge and the spell snares. I think I kept in the Tef, minus the verdicts, minus the subtlety. Free endings, probably 2 solitude was enough. I think I only did like 1 dress down probably. Or did I do 1 moonlight? Moonlight's good with Philia, it's good against Kozilek's command to some extent. Driton also kind of works into science and stuff. Not the ideal configuration for this matchup. You have like a couple weak cards maybe, but I think good enough. I think Force Charm is definitely an option in the sideboard if Tron's gonna be very popular. I mentioned it last match, but close to 10 out of 10 in this matchup. Especially with Ephemerate and Philia. Swamp turn 1. Playing around the Charm, I see. You got me. Probably gonna get blue red sir. Oh, they drew both their basics. Good thing I don't have I'll let them have it. Good thing I don't have White Orchid Phantom in my sideboard. The map. I'm gonna let them have the map too. Just not a big worry when I already have a consign in hand. I could keep. Do I care? Do I care? Is it mulligan? 5, 8. No. I think I care just enough. Stony Sounds would have been nice here. Not that I really needed this game, I think, but even on a draw, it's been good for me. Jeez, it would have been really good. Good old 4-for-1 at least. Alright, do I have to worry about anything? 5 mana, 6 mana with Temple. So the worst that could happen is a Kozilek's command. Can't cast Charmal anyways, they're stuck on lands. I guess they could have Dismember into Kozilek's command, draw, make science. But then I still have concern for their payoffs, and Charmal to set them back. Charm was nasty. It's even better when you combine it with Consign and Blink effects. Okay. Alright, I don't think I need that Solitude. And I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Discharge as well. 4 mana Riddler, not interested. Let's just say go. Oh, I never copied Riddler with Fable was Riddler or Charmal. Looks like they have another Coslex command, maybe. Don't need a land. I think what I'm gonna do is just pass. Does that make sense? Could Riddler. I could play one Riddler. And then still have Moonlight plus Consign. Think. Thing is, if they Coslex command, they're probably gonna use the draw kill modes. Lose my reflection. Alright, I'm gonna play one of the Riddlers. Duel something. I might let my Fable go. If they choose the Cyan plus kill modes. Maybe it's fancy to like use Moonlight here. All I want to do is protect my Fable, right? And F consign, yeah. Embarrassment of riches, basically. If I knew that's what they were going to do for a fact, I would have not cast Riddler. Two top. On our leading was that. That's rude. Alright. And still kind of stacked. Maybe have another one. Either way, I have 2 ways to bling, 2 payoffs. Should be good. Karn. Not impressed. Karn's all embarrassing here, a little too late. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, Charm or Reflection. Dang. Probably just gonna scoop. I'm not gonna get to enjoy all the fun. Sky Sovereign. Might be a little hard to cast. Eric Zero, why not? Womp womp. Oh, it doesn't get the wastes. Huh. Right, waste is basic. Alright, let's keep blue mana up for Consign. Perfect. And then let's send this at Karn because it flies. these two IU. I was gonna send in that card just in case they have Dismember for my Charmal. I'm gonna blink the Riddler. Oopsie. I was gonna blink the Riddler and then I got distracted. Pretty around mistake at this point, obviously, but yeah. Bye bye, Riddler. I guess they could have all his dust, but how do they get 7 mana? It's only 6. Can just let them have it. Alright, that flagship. I just woke up, kind of. Recorded the first 2 matches last night, finishing the league this morning. Alright, what do we have here? Let's do Tef minus on Mindstone. That slows them down the most. We'll attack, bling the Tef, I guess. Could have blinked Fable too. Discard bunch of Flage with Arena. Made us better. I see, it doesn't really matter. Whatever sounds like the more fun, less fun. Yeah, these sideboard games are really rough for the Tron deck. Die roll secured. Ooh. Spells and lands. Let's see. A bit of everything. Should be paired against energy in theory. Actual. I need blue. I need second white. Do you have Force of Negation? For Blood Moon at least this time. And that was clutch. And have the combo was Wrap Disguise too, which never hurts. Basic Mountain is rare. Boros Energy has one basic mountain usually, but I guess it's energy. That is funny just to have the same matchups. I'm assuming Boros Energy is just on the decline. But maybe not. Had a pretty poor showing at the Pro Tour. I think I was checking the Goldfish meta shares and I think energy went to like 14-15%, down to like 13, maybe before the PT, now down to like maybe 10, I think. Alright, Guide of Soul's not scary. I'm just not gonna play around Blood Moon at this point. Three cards in the yard, they're not doing much. Just gonna say go. I don't think I should play Riddler here. I guess it's tempting. I could Riddler, I still have Forced Verdict. I could just cast it next turn, get something going. Riddler is all different in this deck than in the blue-white bling deck because you have more reactive cards and more expensive cards. Not super used to it. Yeah, I guess I'll just warp it. Not the worst draw. Upkeep. Did anyone want to fetch Surveil? Blood Moon. Yikes. I'm gonna pitch the Verdict since I have Rav Disguise in hand. Right, that's why they fetch basic planes. Alright. As a Riddler, at least I'll have a little something, and then I have 2 planes as a nod if they have their second Blood Moon. Looks like Blood Moon main is back to being stock. Let's search basic planes. I'll play with fire. Let's Rav Disguise for 2. Using the energy I've banked up. Might as well, I'm still gonna get rid of the bombardment. Let's play a TF and plus. And then no Arena of Glory in sight, no Fledge in the yard. You could have like Arena into Season Pyro, something like that. Probably be their best play here. Okay. On that plan, it would be nice just to have instant speed ending and I can bring back Flage. Wouldn't mind that. That also works. Mana up for all my spells, which is nice. Another Flage from hand. Huh. Why did it not Flage from the yards? Oh, I have Discharge. Oh. I think that's fine. Letting that happen rather than use Subtlety on Flage and they can do it again next turn. It's probably okay, right? Now what? Instant speed ending. I'm just gonna salty. You know what? I'm just gonna play it really slow. Just gonna plus. I'm gonna subtlety whatever they do, attack, bounce my subtlety. No need to gamble. I think there's a world where maybe if I minus Tef and I draw all awful and they draw all perfects, they come back, not sure. Feels like this so I can really never lose. No matter what they have. So tie first. Ooh, Riddler. Why not? They have seen enough. Alright, Rev the Skies, Moonlight Dress Down, Surgical. Lose every game to Blood Moon, so I'm gonna keep them. Consigns do have targets, but they can probably go. Maybe I'll keep the Tefs because they pitch to everything. I think maybe I trimmed the Tef last time. Discharge Surgical, Ephemerate, Moonlight, Dress Down. I'll just do one Moonlight. It's not that exciting. Dress Down does basically the same thing, but better, right? Okay, interesting hand. Not really. Oof. I don't even have the right basic. I think I just have to keep though. Second Flage or Ephemerate. Ephemerate's really nice if I draw a blue card Riddler. Wait, did I bring in the field? Yes, I didn't, right? No. Moonlight Cycles fills up my yard. I think I just need to get rid of Ephemerate, unfortunately. Is that like 5/5 of energy opens having turn on a Ragavan? I think it might be. To be fair, I've had discharge for most of the time. I think I've killed it every time. Maybe every time by once. Little Scrybug. Alright, they have the arena this time and a voice. Okay, I am gonna play around Blood Moon. I'm gonna just cycle Moonlight here. Still rough. Still gonna have a rough time beating a Blood Moon. If they play now. Bombardment's really annoying. A lot of damage. Don't get to gain the life of Flage, but I guess it could be worse. Also sets up with Johnny. Yeah. Alright, so I can Riddler Ephemerate or I can Flage. I think Riddler Ephemerate's probably better here. Lets me get Island too, which could lose me the game, but could also be good. It's a lot of toughness. I guess it's bad against Charm. Pretty bad against Charm specifically. Should have maybe done some of Johnny math too. Johnny Pingwan. Attack was, yeah, no. Probably not the, I don't think it dies to Johnny. I can sag their boards. A Flage and sag their board to kill it. Alright, well, I guess we're about to find out if it dies to Johnny. I feel like they need to at least lose their voice of victory for it to die to Johnny. And then I can just Flage to Johnny. Flip to Johnny. So that should be good. I even drew a fetch plan so I can get second white if I need to. All my basics. Alright, might as well block the voice. Either way, dealing 1 damage to the Riddler if they want to. Alright, so yeah, Johnny kills Riddler, but they have to lose their voice in the process, so that's fine. And they do get to keep a Cat Warrior token. They have 3 cards left. Feels like I'm in pretty good shape. Now what? Flooded Strand or Arena? Flooded Strand. If I'm really desperate, I can discharge, obviously. Oh. Well. Oh, that's the best card they could have had. And have one in hand. Yikes. Brutal. Alright, we've got a game. Thought that game was over, but forgot about Surgical. It's never easy against Energy. Never easy. Damn, they had a Johnny into Surgical, and they still have like 2 cards plus a draw step. Tough. And they got to see my hand. And have their own pledge. Thanks. It's funny, I feel like you almost miss Surgical more in this matchup than you would in like a Glorious matchup. Okay, it's all something. I do die to Flage, right? But wait, do I die to Flage? Can I bank energy? I can bank 1 energy. I mean, spell I lose, land I lose. Need like a small miracle. No more Fledge in my deck too. Like Solitudes. Subtlety, I guess, would be decent too. Alright, well, I'm not dead on board, I guess. It's not a Solitude. I'm gonna cut the Force. I'm gonna do the Felias on the play. I almost want to do a Charm or 2. 5 mana. Let's see. At least something you can cast for Blood Moon too. could see trimming a Verdict in this matchup. All right, let's not do Charmal. Let's see if Charmal would have been maybe better than Verdicts in these games, if it comes down to that. All right. Now let's try and get basic planes. Maybe I'll fetch Blue-Red Surveil, Planes Endings. In today's edition of Is Spellsnare Gonna Counter Something? They're just gonna have double the one drop anyways. They really don't want to. They're like, alright, I'll give him a bombardment. Alright, I'll take whatever you give me. Spellsnare did something beautiful. This is not what I need right now, is it? Let's see if Dreadzone can do something. 2 for 2. Bombardment, okay. Let's just cycle it so it doesn't stop my Riddler on my turn. Fetch would be nice for island. Surgical. Land drop. Can live with land drop. Plains Blood Moon kind of beats me here. And it looks like I'm gonna wish this was a Charma. Even though, to be fair, this game's playing out weirdly. They're stuck on 2 lands, so might actually end up being okay with Riddler here. Yeah, Charma would have been pretty nice. Let's see. So I can pitch Solitude, get rid of Voice, and then Riddler draw 2. I can hardcast Solitude, I can hardcast Verdict. It's tough. It feels a little spewy to Solitude pitching Verdict, but then you get the cards back from Riddler. But then I could draw into, like, nothing great. I guess I'm just gonna get Solitude into play. It's nice if they play a Blood Moon to have some card of board presence for now. It is a little awkward as Verdict in hands. Pride Johnny. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I guess Charma would have not been that great. I would have killed the land. It would have untapped his voice. played a Johnny and done a lot of damage. Now what? This is not good. This is not good at all. I think I need to save Surgical for Flage. Man, things did not line up well. Bounce Bombardment and Surgical it. Might be what I have to do, honestly. I'm so dead. Yes, please sag the tokens. Would help. It's not the worst. Pretty dead though. Pretty dead. Dead to any red cards, any red permanent in their hand. Could even like charm their graveyard, I guess. That'd be a cool play. Maybe I should have Surgical on my turn. Surgical or Surgical. Made it Druid. Alright, good games. I think he said he beat Energy twice. I'm not surprised though that this would be a tougher matchup. I know that it was blue-white, it's bad. I would think Discharge and Flage would be a huge huge boost. But yeah, I don't have the perfect configuration. I wonder if his list if I wonder if the changes I made um change anything. All right, well, I wish I could have brought you. Oh, I was gonna play Mesa, but I actually have my two on-tap blue sources in hand. Oh, should have just ended the map. What am I doing? I tunnel visioned the spell snare, thinking I would want to spell snare like a Mind Stone, something like that. Oh, that was a disaster. That was a whoopsie. That's really unfortunate. They mulliganed 5-2, so it would have been totally game winning. Damn, spell snare even just messes me up. Forest. Okay, maybe spell snare rumble. Make a spawn for now. Don't think I need a land right now. Ulamog is back. I hadn't seen a lot of Ulamogs before this league. Counter it all. I counter it all. Two different triggers. All right, they're down to 2 cards. Let's play the Riddler. Should I shock? Are they ever casting 2/2 mana spells? Probably not. Maybe I should still shock though. 2 live versus have another one. Oh, brutal. Yeah, that ending in my hand is not looking great. Not looking great at all. Get rid of that. Probably save Solitude for like, they have World Breaker sometimes. Which I'm beating a World Breaker. Oh, they're playing Force and Tron, I just realized. That is not the most common. Fairy minus to Fairy plus. Let's say Fairy plus for now. Right. They're just gonna play Cast Trigger and get rid of it. No, arguably worse. Okay. Gotta love Spell Snare. Even last game I counter a bombardment and it just didn't matter. They had the second one. Okay. You got me. Yep, the ending like looks like it was a big deal. I was boarding at Snare, but against a green version. I'm not too sure. Let's see, what were we boarding out? Subtlety, Solitude. Maybe all the Discharge can go in this matchup. I don't think they have Karn. Dress down's pretty bad too. I'll keep both Spellstars. What do we have here? I need blue mana or Charma, basically. And I have Ending and Epitaph. I think this is good enough. Oh, brutal. Kind of super giving away that I need lands too. And they don't have the map this time. Alright, right on time. Need Charma now. Okay, first decision. So they gonna have what? Kozilek's command? Do I have to counter it? Questionable. I'm in a rush to get the fairy in play. Not especially. I think I'd rather let maybe Kozilek's command resolve and then use consign. To counter whatever they cast off it. It's kind of questionable though, it's close spots. I feel like if I was gonna counter Kozilek, I should have definitely played Teferi, so might be a little bit of sunk cost fallacy. Map for Tron. It could be bait. They're sacking it out of spawn. I want to do that. Get Tron. Could be make a spawn though. Feels really bad to counter the map here. They probably don't have another one. They bottom two. They'll still have 5 mana. Alright, let's see what we have on top. Not a Charma. I get to Solitude the spawn, potentially. They have 7 cards. As the fact that they have 7 cards makes me want to counter it a bit more. Okay. Feel like they almost missed sequence there, that their map might have been more important. Also just sack the spawn. Solitude makes sense. Chalice for 1/1 app ending. Okay. Be worse. 7 mana next turn though. Womp womp. Tough. Tough. Can try to fairy bounce Chalice. And they have 7 mana for Ugin. Good YOLO and just bounce the Thought-Knots here. It draws me 2 cards and my hand's kind of trash anyways. I can bounce Chalice, ending the token. At least they don't have 7 mana. And bounce Thought-Knots here and end the token and let them have Chalice for 2. How desperate am I? A little desperate. What else could I draw besides Charmal? Dress down would be okay. Consign would be okay. Riddler, medium. What a beauty. I drew too well. I almost drew too well. I think that one was Chef trusted the heart of the cards and just bounced a chalice, apparently. Damn it. I'll allow it. What was that? Chalice or to spawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tough one. Alright, I'll get rid of the spawn. Try to protect Tef. Try and buy myself as much time as possible. Easy game. Should maybe play around Dismember here. To kill that, to kill my Tef. Cost me a Charmel. Karn. Not the scariest. Can they get anything good? Why not? Ballista. They just bridge. Oh. Alright, let's see. Yeah, play a little slow. Should I play it slow? So I can 2-turn clog them. And maybe bounce Thought Knots here. I'm just gonna play a little slow. It might still be a 2-turn clock. Let's get rid of one of the towers, I guess. I think I mentioned that you can consign through Chalice. Chalice counters the initial consign, but not the... they drew Tron. I kind of want to let them have it. Since I have Solitude in hand. Just draw some cards and... I guess Ephemerate doesn't work here. I think might as well keep the Flage. Yeah, what was I worried about? 6 mana? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I did this game. But it was not great. Alright, that card I don't really care about. Should I even bother killing it? Hallowed Moonlight. Just sitting there doing nothing really. Oh, you have 4 cards in hand, really? What do you have? What the hell? Did I really get to attack here? Oh, I could have warped a Riddler too. There's no way I get to attack. No. Dismember. Okay. Oh, maybe there was a way I got to attack. No, there was no way. Okay. And they're just kind of dead to Flage now, right? My best match of Magic. Looks like I'm gonna get a chance to play Game Free though. I'd pay decent money to see what they have in hand. Because I do not know. I'm a little confused right now. More dismembers, maybe? Maybe just 2 more dismembers somehow. What else? Oh, you know what? They probably have maps. They probably have a bunch of maps. Or Vexing Bell, whatever, 1-mana spells, basically. Chalice, Ensnaring Bridge. Help me out, Unwrap Disguise, though. They did keep in all the TKS, so I'm gonna do all the dress downs. TKS is kind of annoying. You usually have to, like, consign it. And then Spell Snare. I guess I'll just trim the Spell Snares. Or if you dress down a TKS, just feels like money in the bank. Trips. Alright, I need Consign. Ooh, Force is nice too. Force is nice because if they have turn for Ugin, can force it and then just charm all. Huh. Yeah, I'll greed. I'm not even sure like you can call it greed, honestly, at this point. Was the hand I have. Speaking of the hand I have. Am I supposed to cantrip a Riddler or am I supposed to surveil? They both see 2 cards deep. The difference is with Riddler, I get actual 2 cards. Whereas with the Surveil, I only get 1. Should I get white red, I guess? Because of Charmal. See, now I get like Consign and maybe the land, or I don't have to choose between keeping Consign or keeping a land on top, which is nice. Oh, wow. Good beats. Bye-bye, Charmal. TKS has its moments. Alright, I can Riddler Ephemerate, which is cool, but I'm probably gonna lose it to something. Is it even worth it? Dev Ugin, I have to force it. I get to draw 2 cards. I'm also just going to be dying to that Thought here, so I kind of need to do stuff and find cards. Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of have to, right? That was not what I was looking for. Yeah, got all stuck on lands, unfortunately. Use an arena, I guess. Arena of Glory, not ephemerate, maybe. Damn, all I had to do was be patient, apparently. Should have chilled. No, I mean, I did dig 2 cards deeper by just drawing. I'd have Dismember. I'm just dead. Womp womp. No Dismember. Alright, Ephemerate. What do I even need here? Flage means I still have to chum block, so that's no good. Even though it does put a Flage in my yards. I might have to make a really rough play here and use Consign to Orb the Warp trigger. Wait, they had Dismember or they just drew it? I'm confused. -5, -5. I can't counter it. It's Solitude. I need them to be really scared of like Solitude, I guess. Now what? Let's see. I need to Warp Riddler, draw Ephemerate, draw something. Warp Riddler, draw Solitude. Alright, Solitude. F. Close. Close, close, close. Alright. Well, I have to draw Solitude anyway, so I think I should just bounce the Thought-Knots here. Even though they can cast it again. At least I get like 2 looks. That is not a look. Alright, GG's. Well, clearly Eli is way powerful mage than me. Kind of already knew that. Um, I mean, if we want to talk just about that league I played, I guess you would want Charm on number 4 in the sideboard and Consign number 4 in the main. And as far as the spells go, more ending. I mean, it's kind of silly. It's like 2 matchups. I'm not gonna lie, the Dress Downs and Moonlight were not great, but that was like the worst matchups, I think, for them. Not the best ones. They're fine against Energy, I guess. Fable looked kind of good. Teferi was solid. So my changes are didn't really come up a ton, didn't really play the matchups for them. It seemed like I was a little weak to Flage. It was just one surgical. But the one game I drew surgical, it was a brick. It's like classic reactive cards. Yeah, I'd maybe try more Fables. That card seems just good to me, even without Filio. Like Flage, even without Fable and ways to discard it, is really strong. Was the surveil, all the fetch, and all the surveilling. But I feel like you could use it. It's too bad there's not a good spell you can play, like Faithful Mending, but better, kind of. I kind of like it. 5/5 overall for me was this deck, but I think it's all better than that. Anyways, yeah, that's it for Jeskai Control. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to hear more about Modern, we recorded the podcast a few days ago. It's up on YouTube, Midweek Metagame. It's up on your podcast apps too, Midweek Metagame. I'll put the links, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all later. Take care, everyone.